Published in 1972, End Zone is the second novel by award-winning American author Don DeLillo. The book follows college football star and self-proclaimed exile Gary Harkness as he immerses himself in his twin passions, football and total nuclear war. DeLillo, celebrated for his mastery of language, explores themes of war, nihilism, and the potent, multifaceted force of words, drawing parallels and contrasts between the violence of war and the game of football. Gary narrates the story in the first person, describing himself as a lazy teen who resisted his father's repeated mantra, "Suck in that gut and go harder." Teachers, coaches, and even a girlfriend or two encouraged him to excel, but he compares himself to a piece of string that does not wish to be knotted. Gary's father, a pharmaceutical salesman and former Michigan State football player, has greater ambitions for his son than he ever realized for himself. He shapes Gary into a promising athlete, and college scholarship offers flood in. Yet Gary often undermines his own future. He is expelled from Syracuse University after barricading himself in his dorm room with 2 packs of Oreos and a girl named Lippy Margolis, whom he helps hide from the world. He abandons Penn State, bored by the monotonous grind of football drills and the drift of identical things, and spends the winter at home. At the University of Miami, a course on modes of disaster technology sparks Gary's fascination with nuclear annihilation. He becomes absorbed in reading about mass death, captivated by phrases like dose rate contours, kill ration, and spasm war. Nevertheless, depression sets in and he returns home once more. As an aging recruit at Michigan State, a collision on the field with 2 other players results in the death of an opposing safety man, sending Gary into a 7-week seclusion in his room. He comes to believe that his life meant nothing without football and sees Logos College in remote West Texas as his final opportunity. "I liked the idea of losing myself in an obscure part of the world," he reflects. At Logos, Gary and the team train under Coach Emmett Big Ben Creed, whose philosophy is simple. It's only a game, but it's the only game. Creed recruits Taft Robinson, Logos' first black football player, famed for his speed. The roster is a mix of the simple, the outcasts and exiles, and the crazy. Offensive tackle Anatole Bloomberg is a voluntary exile of the philosophic type, attempting to un-Jew himself from guilt. Reserve back Billy Mast wrestles with memorizing a Rilke elegy in German for a course on the untellable. Defensive line coach Rolf Hauptfuhrer calls Gary the more complicated type. Gary audits ROTC classes taught by Major Staley, whose aspects of modern war course intensifies his obsession with nuclear annihilation. He befriends Myrna, an overweight girl in his geography class, captivated by a mushroom cloud appliqued on her orange dress. Myrna asserts her consistency, the same inside and out, warning that beauty brings obligations and risks losing oneself. Alongside sisters Esther and Vera Chalk, she and Gary picnic and debate the state of the world. The deaths of teammate Norgeen Azamanian in a car accident and an assistant coach's suicide deepen Gary's introspection. Logos enjoys a strong season, defeating most rivals, culminating in a climactic game against West Centrex Biotechnical Institute. Gary describes the match as a battle. The special teams collided, swarm and thud of interchangeable bodies, small wars commencing here and there, exaltation and first blood, the breathless impact of 2 destructive masses, quite pretty to watch. Nearing the season's end, Gary's depression intensifies. Myrna encourages him to try pot before the final game. He complies, feeling ponderous on the field. When a huge individual in silver and blue charges, Gary falls, untying his shoe, and leaves, exceedingly hungry. Meanwhile, college president Mrs. Tom is fatally injured in a plane crash. Taft Robinson abandons football, shaves his head, and immerses himself in Holocaust literature, particularly accounts of Nazi atrocities against children. He admits, "I like to read about atrocities in general with a special emphasis on kids," acknowledging the morbid focus, yet unable to stop. One day, Gary drinks a glass of lukewarm water, the last he will consume for days. "High fever burned a thin, straight channel through my brain," he recalls, ultimately requiring nourishment through plastic tubes. The novel concludes with ambiguity regarding Gary's future. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this video, leave a like and subscribe.